Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to run an Amtrak service today. First time ever trying to attempt to run a passenger service, so we'll see how it goes. We're going to run the Adirondack service southbound to New York City. It starts in Montreal and passes through Schenectady and Albany and then on down to New York City. We're picking it up at the interchange from CP rails to CSX rails, from Canadian Pacific to CSX here in America, just outside the Schenectady station. So we'll jump in and get started. There's no dispatch on today, so we're gonna have to set our own signals. Alright, looks like we're scheduled to depart at 1:39. Actually, I think I screwed that up already. Let's see. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's head into Schenectady and make our first station stop here. We are right here, just west of the Schenectady station. We'll set our signals to allow us to get in there. And I just need to double check on, I think there's a manual switch down here. Okay, it's set correctly. Alright, we already have problems, it looks like. We have no amps. Why do we have no amps? Probably helps if I put it in forward first. Seems quite underpowered for an Amtrak. Why do we have a red signal? That's why. I had to switch backwards. That's why we had a red signal. Alright, it's starting off well. We're going to be late for our first stop. Why are you so underpowered? Station stops are going to be horrible. Alright, that probably doesn't look good at all, but we're going to mark it as arrived. We are boarding 14 passengers and deboarding 12. It's not at all anywhere near the station. Alright, while we're waiting, we'll set up some signals for us. Yeah, we'll use the main platform today at Albany. I think we should have signals all the way through now, if I did it correctly. Alright, we are good to go. Let's just double check our signal, make sure we exit that one. Yep. Green means go. I normally just run freight trains, but some people wanted to see Albany, so I'll run a passenger service through Albany today. Gotta keep an eye on our speed. We're limited to 30 right now. Next stop is Albany Rensselaer. should get a speed limit increase here shortly. That's the track there, off to the right, down to the Carmen sub. There's our speed increase. It's not shown on the map for some reason. Sorry, that track I pointed out back there, that was the other end of the Canadian Pacific rails. Carmen sub is coming up ahead here. I believe we just went under it. $90 mph. Roughly 17 miles to Albany. Green over red means proceed at maximum track speed. Cannot delay people coming to and from New York City. Looks like the game audio might be a little bit too high. I didn't see the whistle board for that crossing. Or this one. Speed management in a train can be a tricky thing. Especially when you're in a freight train that weighs 10,000 tons. It's a constant dance between power settings and sometimes dynamic brakes and train brakes. You can see across the top of the screen the current speed limit's 110, drops to 100 in 2 miles and 90 in 2 miles. I normally don't have that on when I'm running freight trains, but I'm not familiar with this route, so I'm going to leave that on just so I don't get myself in trouble. Power line seems a little low through here. I think they'd be up a little higher than that. Let's get set for some dynamic brakes. Might need them to get down to 90 in a mile. Dynamic brakes they work off of the electric generator and reverse the polarity of it. So because it works off of the generator, it's not actually a friction brake. You cannot completely stop a train with the dynamic brake because the effectiveness of the dynamic brake is based on the speed of the train. In order to fully come to a stop, you need to use the automatic brake, which is an air brake that runs through all the cars in the train. The track on the left there is an industry track leading off of the West Albany yard, which we're going to pass up here on the left shortly. The entrance there to the West Albany yard. Let it get a little slow, a little too quick. But at least we're gonna hit our speed restrictions. And we drop down to 25 in another 2 miles. This here's the West Albany yard here on the left. Just about 5 miles left to Albany. Well, to the Amtrak station anyway. Got a flashing yellow. Flashing yellow over red is an advance approach. It means the second signal from here should be red. I'm not sure that's correct. It looks like everything should be lined properly. I think. Solid yellow over red is a approach signal. It means the next signal, expect to stop at the next signal. Yeah, those look right. Oh, I bet it's the lab signal. Lab signal is showing yellow over green, which is approach medium, which tells you to approach the next signal after this one at medium speed. Medium speed is 30 miles an hour, but our track speed is lower than that, so we abide by the track speed versus the medium speed. This is the lab bridge, which is operated by the lab tower. Over the Hudson River. Oh, looks like we might need to add some power. Going uphill a little bit. We were supposed to depart Albany at 2:02 p.m. Or no, we were supposed to arrive at 2:02 p.m. So we're running a couple minutes late. Another approach medium signal. There's a big Amtrak operation here in Albany. Switch out cars and tear down and build trains to go back in opposite directions, that kind of thing. Let's see if we can make a decent station stop this time. All right, we have arrived. We were 5 minutes late. $11 people getting on, 13 people getting off. Could have pulled up a little farther, I guess. It's hard to hit the stations just right unless you do it a lot. But this is Albany. Hey, you can't expect too much. The thing about Run8 is they focus on what the sim acts like. They focus on the physics and the operation of the train over the scenery around it. They don't spend a whole lot of time on the scenery, but it looks perfectly fine if you're in the engine where you're supposed to view it from. The depot server has passenger operations simulated in their operating center they have on their website. So we are just waiting for that to tell us that everybody's on and we're ready to go. Oh, there's our alert that we are set and ready to depart. And apparently we departed 9 minutes early, so we're back on track. What do you want?
Look who's here.
I am speeding. I am apparently speeding because I wasn't paying attention.
Hey.
Giuseppe, give me the streaming tag.
Okay, I will give you the streaming tag. If I can ever find it. Oh god, I have so many tags to look through. Oh, there it is.
Next stop
driving a train?
is Hudson. Why are you asking me if I'm driving a train?
Because, well, the question is, it's an Amtrak. Does that mean are you simulating the delays?
What delays? The only delays on this Amtrak are the ones that I create by myself.
So that's relatively accurate to Amtrak, correct?
Yeah, I arrived 4 minutes late to Albany. I have a better on-time record on my first run than Amtrak does.
I was about to say, by my experience, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I arrived 4 minutes late, but I departed 9 minutes early. Alright, track speed 110, let's go. doesn't take an hour to get from Albany to Hudson, does it?
I would buy that. That seems a little long.
It's like 30 miles. With the track speed over 100 miles an hour?
Oh.
Giuseppe, I don't do passenger operations. I'm only doing this because it's one of the few trains that you can see Albany. I don't remember if the Hudson Amtrak station is on both tracks or just one. I better cross over just to be safe. I don't like these fake crossings.
Why?
Because are they actually crossings or are they not?
Just play God Save the Queen and have a wonderful night. Goodbye. Or Here Comes the Queen, or whatever the hell it is.
Most of the fake crossings don't even have whistle boards.
What the fuck is a whistle?
It is a post ahead of the crossing to alert the engineer that there's a crossing ahead and he needs to use the train whistle. I think the river might have flooded a little bit. See, there was no whistle board for that. I had no idea it was coming.
God, you're such a whiny. Enjoy the very well rendered gas station.
I just explained that they don't spend their time and money on the scenery. They spend their time and money on the trains themselves. Mostly on the operation of the trains, the physics and everything with it. But the scenery looks perfectly fine as long as you stay in the train.
Okay.
If you go out of the train and go look at the scenery, it doesn't look good because most of it is like cardboard cutouts. It's designed in a way that it looks decent from inside the train without spending a lot of time and effort on it.
What's his face? Get a webcam right now. Couldn't.
Unable.
What are you drinking? That's so loud.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Was that some alcohol?
No. It's just Mountain Dew.
Oh, okay.
I don't
What are you doing? Just sucking that thing out of the bottle?
know. Why is my microphone so sensitive on TeamSpeak?
No. Also, why are the power lines like 2 feet tall?
I mentioned that earlier. They seem a little low.
Is that how they're supposed to be?
No, I'm pretty sure they're not that low. There's one that's actual size.
What's off to your right? Is that the water?
Yes, that is the Hudson River. Yeah, I like you asked that as I was panning over there.
No, but listen, there's like a delay.
Yeah, I know. I was already in the process of panning over there, and then you asked.
Wait, can you see the? No, you cannot see the other side. Okay.
We're not anywhere near New York yet.
The Hudson River's on
We-
your right. You're
We just left Albany.
so you're on the left side of the river.
If by left side you mean east side, yes.
Coming south, yeah.
If we were going the other way, we'd be on the right side of the river.
So explain to me, what are these things in front of you? Okay, so let's take a look. You got 2 of the exact same screens. Why?
Because I didn't bother to change either of them. You can change them.
Okay. I'm guessing the middle thing is the speed.
Yes. And the white arrow is your current speed. The red arrow shows you it's your accelerometer. It shows you if you're accelerating or decelerating and how quickly or slowly you're doing those.
That is not a red arrow. I see a green arrow.
Did I say red? I meant green.
Yeah, okay.
I think you heard it wrong.
No, you said red.
We'll have to pull the tape.
What about the blue? What's the blue?
That's your air supply pressure.
For your brakes.
Yeah, the top one is the equalizing reservoir, which sets your brakes,
Okay.
and the bottom one is just your main reservoir.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, your bottom one's your brake pipe. So you're equalizing when you start to apply the brakes, your equalizing reservoir reduces, and then the brake pipe will reduce to match the equalizing reservoir.
Okay.
And that was a yellow over flashing green signal.
Which means the next
Approach limit. Proceed approaching the next signal at limited speed. Limited speed is 45 miles per hour. So I think I need to slow down a little bit. See, there was a whistle board on the left.
Right, now let's take a look at. This is not an electrical train, obviously.
No, it's a P-42. made by GE.
So you need to go down to 45, correct?
Yes, in 0.2 of a mile. I don't think I'm going to make it.
You're not doing the sound for the crossings.
Did I just... I did.
No, you're not doing the horns, are you?
Yeah.
We have to sound this anymore.
I totally went too fast through that crossover, but
Okay, that was
you
a
were
yellow. And
you
a
were
flashing
distracting
green.
me.
That was a yellow and a flashing green, right?
Which one?
You just passed it.
No. That was 2 signals ago. The last one I passed was a red over flashing green, which is limited clear. Which means to proceed through the turnout at limited speed, which is 45, and then proceed at track speed. Once your train is clear of the turnout, which is the crossover.
Speed limit signs. Then.
They are sometimes there and sometimes not in the simulator.
So how you know what your speed limit is going to be?
That's why I have it across the top. It's a cheating method, but with this route, the speed limit signs are not. You can't rely on the physical speed limit signs.
Interesting. There's a bridge. You're flying. Are you crossing over shit? Fine.
Green means go.
CNX equipment defect detector milepost 121.5 track 1.
Actually, give me 5 seconds.
CNX equipment defect detector milepost 121.5 track 1. No defects. Total axles 3, 2. End of transmission.
No defects.
Alright, I'm back.
Where did you go? Where did you go?
Grab some water.
Oh.
What's reduction? Okay, I'm guessing that means reduction 75 miles per hour and 1.0 miles.
Yeah, that means the speed limit's going down. It's currently 90. It will be 75 in 0.3 miles.
Wonderful. Now, does that mean you have to cross at 75? Or that's when you start reducing to 75?
No, you have to be at 75 by then.
Okay. And is that the front of the train or the back of the train that goes?
When your speed is getting reduced, it's the front of the train. When you pass a speed limit sign that increases the speed from what it previously was, you have to wait until the back of your train has passed the sign.
Oh, that must be annoying if you have a long train.
That's why the trains have the ability to count for you.
What do you mean?
There are counters. Do you see in the top right of the top right of the right screen? It says distance.
Yeah. It's
That
off.
that will count how far you have traveled. So you can either set it to count up, or you can set it to count down from your actual train length.
Are you also on Twitch?
No. At some point, I'll sort that out.
You also need to get a webcam.
Why?
So that's what you said. Listen.
I don't understand what the fascination is of watching somebody stare at a computer screen.
Okay, I'd rather do that than stare at nothing while someone's talking. I'd rather watch them look when we're on a train.
You're supposed to be watching what's going on in the game.
Yeah, but it's another thing to watch, okay? Okay. Your Minecraft videos. Did they or did they not have a webcam?
I don't know, did they? I don't remember.
Did they?
I did have a webcam on. I'm pretty sure I had it on at least one video.
Then fantastic. Do the exact same thing again. Because look, everyone, Dennis, who's a Broadway person, is even telling you. Or I'm sorry, Pat, who's a Broadway person.
What does that have to do with anything?
He's good at show. He knows how to do it. Even LaGuardia John's telling you to do it.
Broadway is a little different than streaming. But no, I get that people want to see a webcam. I'm just not a fan of having myself on a webcam. But I understand.
Yes. It's just more entertaining. And you can see the reactions when stuff happens. It's just more entertaining.
Why is it so foggy?
It's pretty foggy in the middle. Are you scared that we're gonna judge you?
Why is that signal red?
It's not red on my end. I don't see anything. Oh, there is a delay. That means you gotta stop. Right?
Yes.
Not to stop and proceed, it's just stop.
Is it gonna stop in time? Nope.
It's not a stop and proceed.
Why is it red? I don't understand why it's red.
There's something up ahead, maybe.
Also, where's the station at? The station's supposed to be here.
You lost the station on a railway. Only you can match do that.
Oh no, there's the station. I don't understand why this signal's red.
Because maybe there's a train ahead.
No, I am controlling the signals. It's not supposed to be red.
Then cross it. Ah, that's your issue, see? The station has been engulfed by the station.
It most definitely should not be red. I have investigated. So we will continue to the station. This route is not perfect.
Oh, I can tell. The 4-foot power lines speak a lot.
No, I mean when it comes to the train stuff, there are some issues with the
Weren't
signals.
you just saying that it's the best at the train stuff?
No, this is the best train simulator. If you're worried about the physics and the operations of the train, this is the best. If you're worried about graphics and you don't really care about the actual operation of the train, then you go with Train Sim World.
Isn't Train Sim World relatively realistic?
It's very limited in operation, though. There's very few things that you can actually do.
That is true. The lines speak kind of boring quickly.
There's a speed limit sign.
Hey. No, here's the thing about the train simulators, and that is that, you know, you're limited on only the track, obviously, that's how trains work, which means you have to develop scenery for every single, you know, route. But, you know, flight sim, that is not true. I mean, you can fly anywhere and everywhere. As long as you have a basic rough design, it's going to be different.
I definitely thought the station was farther away. Okay, I ran passenger service once and I'm done with it.
It is passenger.
Yeah.
Passenger Cine Amtrak. Oh, you're coming in a bit hot on that station, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I said. I definitely thought it was farther than that. Even after I just went and looked at it, because I was not going as fast as the train, apparently.
Are you also on the wrong track? For
I was about to say, why are you in the middle track?
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know how these stations actually work.
I can tell you how they work. It's not that hard. You stop in front of the station, so they don't have to walk across a live rail track.
No, but some of the stations do have access to all of the tracks.
yeah, I wasn't trying to be snarky. I was legitimately curious.
Yeah, well, I said that a long time ago. I was like, I don't remember which track I'm supposed to use for this station.
Oh, okay. I'm exactly half paying attention.
I would
Yeah.
assume it's going left.
It's pretty clear now I'm supposed to be on the other track, but
Yes.
like Albany has platforms on every track, or 3 of the tracks.
This one doesn't have platforms on the other ones.
See, this is Albany.
What's Albany?
This is supposed to be Albany?
No, the delay. Just give it a minute. Also, make sure you're live, Giuseppe.
I'm live. Yeah, I am live. Okay, yeah, so Albany does have the 2 things.
Also, I'm pretty sure... let me see. I'm pretty sure this is... Where is it?
IRL Albany has like an overhead passageway thing, I think.
That's probably what bridges. No, never mind. That's just.
I was pretty sure that this station says something about Bakersfield. Yeah, there it is. This is the Amtrak Bakersfield, California in Albany.
Oh, yes, I love it.
Because reusing assets.
I love how the interior is actually relatively good. But you can't see it.
Also, the sign is on the floor, apparently, as well.
Funny.
Welcome to Moscow Station, Pennsylvania.
There's vending machines, at least.
Oh, that's fine.
See, this is what I usually deal with. The freight trains and the freight yards.
Yes, but freight is just going back and forth in a rail yard.
Passenger trains are just going back and forth on the same line at the same stations. What's the difference? Oh, somebody's actually, I don't want to say what it's called because you guys will giggle.
What? Say it.
Somebody's running the hump. I told you you would giggle.
I am so immature. It's fantastic. Oh, wait. Is that downtown Albany to your left?
I don't know what you're seeing right now on your screen.
Or to the left of the yard? There's like a bunch of buildings, tall buildings. What are that?
I don't know what you're talking about. All I see is trees.
Look away from the yard. This is why Twitch is much better, because Twitch only has a 3-second delay.
Is this what you saw? This is it's a some kind of plastic, GEX plastics, I think.
I don't see what you're saying. Give it. Oh yeah, those. Okay, yes, I thought that was a city.
Yeah, this is Selkirk Yard.
I was like, oh, is that Albany?
No.
Now, is it Albany or Albany?
It's Albany.
Asher, your opinion?
Albany.
You guys suck.
Who the hell says Albany?
I do it just to piss off some people. No, explain why is this action called humping? Or wait, whatever it's called, running the hump.
It's because it literally runs over a hump. They build a hump, so you push the train up one side, and then the cars roll down the other side, and then the switches down there are switched automatically based on the car's destination.
Are they not attached?
They,
the cars?
when they're going up the hill, they are attached, and then they separate and roll freely down the hill. This is an automated way of switching cars, so you don't have to go back and forth and back and forth.
It's called humping or running the hump?
Either it's called. This is the hump.
It's a hump yard, right?
Yes. And this right here, where the building is, that's the hump tower. That is the actual hump because it's a literal hump in the ground.
I was expecting this to be a very vulgar, inappropriate thing. Also, why is the data team in front of...
Because all staff positions are in front of mentors.
Why doesn't he do this then? Look, just that, and I give you this.
What did you give me?
Asher, can you do the exact same stuff now?
I don't know.
Right.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Yeah, that's what you could have got. And then you're also New
User
York.
joined your channel.
Yeah, so that way you're not on top of a mentor.
Oh,
But now,
will you give me New York controller back?
yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, I'm gonna end the stream
Why?
because I'm done. Hudson was the last stop, and then it goes down to New York City, but the line ends after the Hudson station in the sim.
Or you don't want to watch this humping?
I mean, I could sit here and watch it all day. It's very relaxing to me, but I don't think other people want to watch it.
You could also just go on Yardley instead.
You could go on Yardley.
I could, or I could go on Kennedy Ground.
Kennedy Ground would be funner.
Kennedy Ground's on right now. You can go on delivery.
No, don't do that then.
Kennedy Ramp.
Kennedy Ramp